Welcome back to the We On One podcast. This is episode number 25.
Today's episode is sponsored by Elite Blanc. Elite Blanc specializes in corporate event planning, consulting, and custom marketing prints such as business cards, hats, totes, bags, and banners. DM or book through their website, eliteblanc.com, all one word, to schedule your consultation for your next launch party, grand opening, and or happy hour organization. Make sure to mention the We On One podcast to receive 20% off your first service fee. In related news, so in our topics, we have the submarine that went missing this week. And pretty much to break down what happened was there was 5 people who went on a submarine to go search for the Titanic. It was consulted of the CEO of the company of OceanGate, a billionaire, a businessman with his son, and they pretty much traveled, what was it, like 12,500 feet under sea level?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know. It was too deep.
It was way too deep. Anything the moment anything gets over 6 feet, for me, I'm done.
I don't go swimming at all, so.
Yeah. Well, pretty much what happened was the company OceanGate had already done these submersive travels before. They've done like 3 or 4 right before this one, and they've been successful. So they've been down to the Titanic. There's footage of them being down there looking at pretty much all what remains of what happened, I don't know, however long ago. And pretty much everyone who was on there paid $250,000 to take this ride.
When you said that, I was like, what do you mean they paid? I thought like they got paid to go down there.
No,
like, that's crazy.
Well, this is the thing, is like they paid $250,000 to get on there, and the owner, the CEO, still said that they didn't even make any money on it. They spent like $1 million in gas.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That is fucking nuts. And like pretty much what it was is just like this big old machine made out of like all this like reinforced steel and metal, and it was being controlled by like a PlayStation controller. Again, I wish I would have had my little PlayStation controller to show right now, but pretty much it's just like if you've ever seen like an Xbox or Nintendo or anything, it's like the size of your phone. And pretty much that's what he's using to like control this submarine 12,500 feet underwater. Like, that's nuts.
Okay, so when that whole thing like first came out on the news, I literally couldn't sleep because remember I was like telling you like how did it get lost and like what did it look like, and I started looking up like all these videos, and then I saw like what it actually looked like and how it looked like inside and like the space about it.
Yeah,
and
they all had to sit down.
Yeah, and then I didn't know that. Like I thought that like for the amount of money that they paid to get on this submarine, like I thought that you meant like they were on some really fancy submarine, like with like everything like fancy inside, you know?
Yeah. Like I thought the same thing. I'm thinking like, oh shit, like they got like a fucking Navy grade like submarine, and it's just like literally like this makeshift like spaceship that they weld. So they like pretty much jump in and they're bolted in and locked in from the inside, so you can't get out from the inside. You have to have somebody like literally depressurize it and then like let you out.
Yeah, that's crazy. And I started watching like videos, and it was giving me anxiety because they were showing like the videos of what it looked like inside and like just how crowded it was. And then this girl made a video talking about it, like saying like, imagine you being like one of the people in there, and then once like the power went out, like you're just sitting in the dark with like the other 4 strangers. And like all these people are breathing heavy around you. Someone is panicking, like probably trying to stand up and like move around and like freaking out. Or like one person is probably like pissing all over the cell or like all over the place because they obviously can't see. Or like another person is probably like throwing up, and then you smell like the throw up. Oh my god.
And they had like a little bathroom that pretty much the bathroom was like almost like a little like toilet, like a little what are those things called? Like an outdoor potty looking thing? Like a porta potty?
I don't know. You said that, but I didn't see that when I was watching all the videos. But you said you saw it, right?
Like literally
you saw a bathroom?
That's literally one of the first things that he says. Like, yeah, and then all this separates like you using the bathroom from like everybody else was a curtain.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's crazy. Like, imagine if you had the shits.
Yeah. Like if someone gets so nervous and
dude, you just round the bag of hot Cheetos right before you go to
yes, right? Can you imagine if you ate something like, oh my god, right before getting on there?
I had a 10-piece extra crispy.
Do you know how long it was supposed to be, like the tour?
I'm assuming at least a couple of days because they had 96 hours worth of oxygen, and then they also had these things. I forgot what they said they were. They were like buffers that was pretty much like clearing the CO2 or whatever it was in the actual submarine that like prevented them from like their blood getting like bubbles and shit like that. Because essentially that's what kills you. You know what I'm saying? So like. Dude, like, there's just been so many theories about, like, what happened, what couldn't have happened. And, like, one of the ones that I thought was, like, really interesting was they never made it down there.
Oh, yeah. There's, like, so many different theories.
So, listen to this. So, I saw a video that pretty much said, like, okay, they pretty much died Thursday, right? And they said, oh, they have until Friday or whatever with oxygen. They pretty much died. Right? It imploded on itself. It exploded. Everybody died right away. And the guy was pretty much just asking, so what the fuck was making those sounds in the, like, you know how they heard knocking and stuff like that? Like, what was knocking? If they died instantly?
I don't know. I don't really believe that part. What was it? It was like the sounds, right?
Yeah.
That they
heard. So like the Navy has like this like high grade sonars that like pretty much like they tell people that they don't have, but like everybody knows they have them because you're the fucking Navy and like you're part of like the richest country in the world, the United States. So like you have this technology that's pretty much like can give you anything that you need to know, and pretty much they were picking up like noises. Like banging.
Supposedly of them trying to communicate that they were still alive, right?
Quote unquote, Morse code or whatever it's called, like the ticking.
I don't know if I believe that.
I do.
I think
so. I think so.
I mean, how? Like, there's like so many animals down there. Like,
well, you have to think about it. It literally sounded like a hammer.
I don't know. Anything
like,
can make
I
that
get,
noise.
yeah, like I get what you mean, but like, what's hammering? That's the part that I'm just like, that's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, they also said like. What they thought was that the submarine got stuck in like the wreckage, right? Yeah. So they never even like went even as deep as they thought or something. Because they at one point thought that they went like way deep, right? Like past it, like past the Titanic.
That was one theory that they made it past it, and then that's why it imploded on itself. Yeah,
but I mean, out of all the like theories that they had, I think I believe that one the most. That it probably got stuck in the wreckage. I don't know. That makes sense.
That one does. I think that's plausible.
But then didn't they say, like, they ended up finding out, supposedly, that it didn't get stuck in there? It was, like, a couple feet away or something?
Yeah, and supposedly it was, like, 1,600 feet away from the actual, like... Yeah. There's a specific word for what it's called. Like, the deck of the Titanic or whatever.
You know what's my favorite one, actually? My favorite theory is the one where they're, like... Oh, they're going to come back like Manifest? Because, you know, I love that show. I freaking love that show. They're going to
come back in 5 years and just be like, what the fuck?
I swear to God. When they come back in 5 years.
To me, I'm not going to lie to you. That's
scary as hell.
That's scary as fuck.
That's scary as hell. Dude, I love Manifest. I actually just finished like the final season. And I've been so depressed because it's over now. And like the ending, honestly, was kind of satisfying for me. You didn't really watch it, so you wouldn't get it if I was to talk about it. But... I liked it. Like, I love that show.
I'm sorry.
I love that show. I swear, when everybody was like, oh my God. Like, when I saw this whole thing, like, oh, it went missing. And, like, they had, you know, they obviously didn't have the bodies or anything. I was like, oh my God, manifest. Like, yeah.
This is it. Pretty much, like, another theory that I heard was that they faked their death.
Oh, I believe that one, too.
I don't believe that.
I believe that one.
Because, like, why would you take your son? Like the guy, the billionaire who took his son?
Why wouldn't he take his son?
Why would he take
If you're going to fake your own death and, like, disappear, wouldn't you want to take your kids?
Yeah, but I think... Hell yeah. I mean, yeah, okay, that makes sense, but I don't think he faked his death.
Actually, you know what? I didn't even read up on anything. Does that man have a wife? Like, does that kid have a mom?
I have no clue. He obviously has a mom, yes.
Well, no, like, I'm saying, like, in his life or whatever, like, right now.
I would assume so.
Right, why wouldn't he take the wife?
There's somebody mourning him because I know that like his uncle or somebody, his cousin.
I think it was the aunt.
Oh yeah, it was the aunt.
It was like an aunt
that was like crying on TV, pretty much saying like he only did it to like satisfy his dad or some shit like that.
Yeah, that part was actually really sad. I mean, who knows if that's even real?
Yeah, I don't know if it's true, but like there's just so many things that to me that just didn't make any sense. And like another,
I don't know. I believe that one, like faking your death. Would you fake your death? I would fake mine.
Fuck yeah.
Especially for legal reasons, we're just kidding.
I'm I'm not. I'd fake my death right now to get rid of fucking not going to work. You wake up in the morning, you're just like, man, life be good.
I don't know.
Now,
it's because like a part of me was like that they like fake this whole thing like to become like famous about it.
But this is the thing. It's like I get what you're saying, but like okay, let's think logically and realistic. I think that they probably just died. I think that they got down there.
It's just weird because they have made like other trips down there and everything was fine.
I believe, I don't think, because I truly believe this. I believe that the metal of the submersive was worn down. Mm-hmm. And because they've made like 2 or 3 successful trips already with all that pressure, by the 3rd or 4th time, it just was like, boom. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I saw a thing where this guy pretty much came out and said that they died within like 2 nanoseconds. So that's like less than a second. That's less than half a second. You know what I'm saying? And I guess
so they weren't like, they said like they weren't in pain.
Yeah, because they didn't see it coming. So I guess it takes about 4 nanoseconds for your brain to register like, oh shit, I'm in trouble. Mm-hmm. And like that's like speed of light damn near. You know? So like by the time that it imploded on itself and it exploded, they didn't even realize what the fuck happened. It just happened.
I feel like that's like best case scenario, honestly, because
best case scenario
for that man who took like the 19-year-old son, like I feel like that's just so sad, like to have your son with you and then that happens, you know?
I think what would have sucked was if they got down there, they lost oxygen and they all slowly started suffering.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
and then
that
imagine
sucks.
being the last person alive, knowing that you're never gonna get out. You're just fucked. You're down there.
And you're just surrounded by people.
Nothing.
Yeah.
No, but you're like in the middle of the deepest part of the ocean, and you're just like, that's it. Like,
I know.
This is how it all ends. In the next like 5 or whatever minutes, I'm gonna die.
Yeah.
Like imagine, like I don't imagine because you get what I'm saying. Like that to me is just like intense to like a completely like different level.
What would you do? Like let's say you were one of the ones in there, right? What would you do? Like, let's say, like, that you didn't, like, that whole thing.
I paid $250,000?
No. Let's say that you didn't, or those people didn't die within, like, the 2-second, whatever you're saying.
And they suffered?
And they were, like, the people were suffering in there. Let's say you were one of those people. What would you be doing? Like, would you be freaking out and, like, panicking and, like, trying to, like, get up and, move? Or would you just be sitting there?
Because you have to think about it. If you're moving and you're already running out of oxygen, you're just going to make it worse.
Right.
So what I would do, and honestly, this is just me saying that because I'm not in the situation, because I think I would react a lot different if I was in the situation. I'd probably just, I don't know, pray up. Like, I know it sounds so stupid, but I would probably just pray up.
I would honestly, I think that
forgive me for my sins.
No, I would be panicking. I think that I would probably die in there, not because I lost oxygen or whatever, but because I had a heart attack or panic attack.
think that the biggest thing that, if I was down there by myself, my biggest, like, this is honestly, like, one of, like, my biggest fears is, like, to die and not be able to say goodbye to my kids or you.
Yeah.
Or, like, anybody, or, like, my parents or something. Mm-hmm. And then that's it. Like, I just fucking die and nobody ever knows what the fuck happened to me. And, you know, I come back like fucking, what's it, John B's dad?
Oh, my God.
From the Outer Banks.
Oh, my God, I love the Outer Banks.
I just show up. We're just saying all these random shows.
I love Outer Banks.
And then I just show up and start hitting a fucking bell.
Oh, my God, the other day, my friend was over, and I don't even remember how death came up, but I told her, I was like, just for the record, okay, like, if I was to die, like, I know a lot of people say, like, oh, like, she would want you to be happy, and I told her, I was like, just for the record, I don't want David to be happy, okay, so he can't move on if I die first.
Well, now you're telling everybody.
Yes, for everybody.
So, like, if Belinda dies, because I don't want you to die, I'm just going to have to be miserable.
But if I did die first, no, I don't want him to be happy. You can't move on. Period.
Okay. Good. We'll see. If I die, and...
Do you want me to be happy?
No, fuck no. Nah, I'm not even gonna lie to you now. I'll probably pull your feet at night.
Oh, okay.
I'll just, like, fuck around and haunt you for fucking around on me.
That's pretty fucked up. I didn't even say I wanted to haunt you. I just said you can't be happy if it's not with me.
I'm not, even in death, I'm not your piece.
Okay, but do you believe, okay, the Navy said that they heard, like, the
implosion?
Yeah. Do you believe that?
Yeah. 100%. I'm telling you, they have the technology for this shit. You don't believe anything.
I don't believe anything.
You don't believe in aliens. You don't believe in the submersive.
No, I don't. You know what?
You don't believe nothing.
David really wants to talk about aliens, and I'm not into aliens. Like, I don't know if I believe in them.
One day we're going to turn this pod into that.
So if you believe in aliens and you want to talk about aliens, please DM us so you can come on the podcast.
Not just anybody.
But
no, not just anybody.
I mean, I can't really go into
so pretty much
about aliens.
If you made it to this part of the episode and you want to talk about aliens and you have an actual opinion, submit your application.
Yeah, because David just be going on and on. Yeah, and I'm always like,
submit your application and
we'll
see.
I don't know if I believe in that.
Mm-hmm. I don't pay, so.
you said submit your application.
This is all pro bono. This is for like an internship.
Okay, and then they said like they found like the debris of it too. I don't think I believe that either.
Oh my god,
I don't believe that. I don't believe that. I feel like they're just saying that. Like they're just saying like, oh, we heard it, or like, oh, we found this,
to kind of give people a peace of mind.
Just to give people a peace of mind, or just to get this off of like the news, so that people aren't like, constantly running stories on this. Mm-hmm. I truly think that. Like, I just don't believe.
Remember, everybody. If you sit there and say the government wouldn't do that, they probably did.
Yeah, they would.
They probably did. No, dude, our government is hella sick. So yeah, hell yeah, but I definitely believe that like some shit had happened, and I think that a lot of this shit is cover up. Do I know about what? No clue. Do I think that people really died? Yes, I think people did die, and I think it's just fucking crazy that they're using this just as like a cover up to something bigger.
No, you know which one was the dumbest one you brought to me that you said that you believed that they found the controller.
Dude, I saw it. What are you talking about? They said they found it.
Anybody could have thrown a controller in there and been like, oh my god, I found it. Like, that was the dumbest one. When you brought that one to me, I was like, how are you going to believe that? There's no way. If they're saying that the videos that you showed me of the thing like exploding and stuff, there's no way. Like, the amount of pieces.
So you're telling me that you believe that these people fake their death, but you don't believe that a piece of scrap made it to the ocean floor?
Yes.
Like, there isn't people's shoes of the Titanic just sitting at the ocean floor?
This little controller that is like this big, there's no way that would survive that.
First of all,
it would be in half. Okay,
it's not about the size of the boat, it's about the motion in the ocean.
No, okay, if they said like we found pieces of it, I would believe it.
Yeah.
But because they said that they found the whole
like
thing,
intact?
like, yes, like nothing was wrong with it, like what? There's
Again,
no
everybody,
way.
If you think your government wouldn't do it, they probably did.
Like, this little piece of controller made it, but then people did it? Like, what?
Shout out, or no shout out, because they don't sponsor the pod, but maybe Logitech made a really good controller.
No.
Sony, Xbox, you should probably pay attention.
No, there's no way. I'm sorry. No.
I don't know. Look, I kind of believe that, but then, like, I don't believe that. Because, like you said, like, how the fuck is it going to survive that, but, like, nobody else did?
Yeah. So, I don't know. Oh.
Go ahead.
And, because at first we were questioning, because there was there was a man on there, and he has like a stepson that was at the concert, and this stepson was getting, he's at the
Blink-182 concert.
This stepson was getting all this hatred like online, because they were like, what the hell are you doing at a concert when your stepdad is missing?
Go first. How do you feel?
I thought that was fucked up. I mean, like, his response, because we watched his response, like him responding to what people were saying, and he was like,
they're at the bottom of the ocean.
Like, that there was
dead.
Nothing, like,
nothing
that he could do. And that's why he went to I was like, what? He must have not gotten along with his stepdad.
Yeah, to say that I don't understand what he's saying, I'd be lying. Like, I get it. They're dead. But come on, bro. But you don't need to be outside.
But, like, for him to be, like, the stepson, like, I feel like if it's, like, a kind of far
like, if it's like your, like, third uncle, or even if, like, it's, like, your uncle that you're not close with, like, cool.
Something like
I get
that,
it.
But, like,
whatever.
Your stepdad?
Shit, you might never see Travis Barker slide up again, so you might as well just go see him.
I thought that was crazy. Like, I was like, what? Like, I don't know. There must have been something going on in that family.
There had to have been something deeper than that.
For him to be at a concert?
Yeah, my personal opinion, I think this kid's fucked up for that shit, because it's like, come on, dude. Like,
his response, like, his tone.
Even if you didn't like him, like, bro, you're just going to make it. And then there was, like, this thing.
I mean, if that's his stepdad, like, why wouldn't he be at home, like, helping the mother, like, get through this?
I forgot to add it, but there was also him, like, on Twitter, like, allegedly like fucking trying to get at like OnlyFans girls, and everybody's like, dude, your stepdad just fucking died, bro.
That's crazy.
And like you're at a Blink-182 concert.
He's crazy.
You're flirting with fucking, you can't say that word on YouTube, corn stars, and you're just fucking like, what are you doing?
That's crazy.
Like, you're just so fucking...
He was out here wilding.
You're fucking stupid, dude. And then you expect people to just be understanding that, like, oh, well, they're already dead. There's nothing that I can do. Well, no, dumbass, but go sit down. Don't fucking, you know?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Like, don't be out there.
Are you... Like, let's say you had the money, right? Would you do that?
Fuck
Would
no.
you pay that to go down there?
No. I'd rather spend $250,000 and buy myself a... What would I spend $250,000?
I know, right? Like,
that's a really good question.
Just spend that on like one purchase.
Like if that's disposable income, $250,000 disposable income, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'd probably buy like tickets to like the freaking NBA finals, to the Super Bowl, and even then you still you still got like a bajillion dollars left over.
Yeah, I would never, absolutely never. Like, I mean, I don't swim in like beaches, lakes, like oceans, rivers. Like, I want to swim anywhere where I can't see what is actually down there. Yeah. Like, I literally only swim in pools. One, because I don't know how to swim and I don't go past like 4 feet. But also because, I mean, just like thinking about like what's in the water and you can't see what's in the water. Yeah. That freaking gives me anxiety.
Okay, so... I don't get it. Like, I don't get what's people's fascination with like going and like jumping into the water and
I don't know,
and swimming with the sharks.
I'm way too that one. The swimming with the sharks or swimming with the dolphins or like.
Look, I'm gonna say it. That's white people shit. White people shit. Like, white people do that shit. Like, I don't see it. And like, and it's funny because like the dad and the son, they're not even white. They're like Middle Eastern or something like that. But it's just like. Okay, it's rich people shit. Like, just people who just have nothing better to do. Like, bro, with $250,000, you can go like, you can literally buy 3 cars. You can pay someone's college. You can go to like a less fortunate family and help them out. But instead, you want to go see the Titanic?
Yeah, honestly, like.
You didn't watch the movie, bro? Like, you know what? We know how it ends, bro. She didn't give up the fucking door.
That's crazy, huh?
I fucked up for that. Is that fucked up?
I don't know. It's because, like, you know, there were so many jokes, like, on TikTok and stuff. Like, people were wilding.
They were
Like,
wilding
the orca doing an interview.
Eat the rich.
I was dead.
Oh, my
I was freaking dead. Like, I was honestly dying at all of those, like, memes and all the videos. It's not funny. It's not funny. The memes were funny. Like, they were out of line. They were out of pocket.
Out of pocket as fuck.
They were. But, like, it was just so funny because, like, the comments were like, oh my god, this is like the most unserious generation like ever. This generation is horrible.
We are horrible people.
TikTok is honestly horrible. I mean, no, I don't think it's funny, especially because of that 19-year-old.
Yeah,
like,
no, look, okay.
That was giving me anxiety. I couldn't sleep for days.
You always do that. Like,
I know.
You get so committed to these stories.
I get so invested in like the stories on the news that I can't sleep for days. And I'll be up at like 2-3 in the morning, like telling David, like, I need you to help me sleep because I can't sleep. Like, and I have to be up for work in like 2 hours. And I'm like, oh my god, dude, like.
Oh, I'll put you to sleep all night.
Oh my god, what the heck? What the hell? What is wrong with you? But yeah, I was just like, I kept thinking about it. Like, it's because of like that, supposedly, right? Like that Ant interview saying that like he didn't even want to go on, but he went on because it was Father's Day. It was Father's Day. Supposedly that this was like the dad's dream and stuff. And I'm sorry, absolutely not. I don't give a fuck what dream my dad got. I would never, like, your parents' dreams do not have to be your dream.
But not shout out to my dad because I'm not getting into a fucking submarine.
I swear to God.
And honestly, I don't even think my dad would make me want to go on a submarine because I don't think he can swim either.
Supposedly, like, the son was like that he just didn't want to let, like, his dad down because he really wanted to go or whatever. Man, listen. Look, you're going to be fine. I've let my parents down so many goddamn times. It's fine.
Right here, buddy.
We're the fuck ups. It's
okay. My dad's definitely looked at me and be like, that boy ain't right.
I swear to God.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, my parents have definitely looked at me a few times in my life and just been like, nah. That ain't it, Chief.
You're gonna be all right. I promise.
You'll be cool, my boy. Like, you could have just let it go. And honestly, like, parents, like, you shouldn't force shit on your kids like that.
Yes,
like, that's another thing too. Like, people are just like, oh, you should never like live for your kids or live for your parents and shit like that. Completely 100% agree. Mm-hmm. I 100% agree that you should live for yourself. You should have your own whatever. But parents, we need to do better. Mm-hmm. Because I'm a parent and I completely understand, because like, yeah, part of me wants to be on some like Axel and Arya have to be everything I never was, and they need to be 100% like perfect.
But they also need to want it for themselves.
Exactly. And they have to like especially like if you're forcing these like extracurricular activities on them, like sports, art, music, you kind of
gotta want to do it
make
themselves,
it have fun with them. And then you can still low-key want them to do it, but just, man, make it a fun thing, you know? Like, don't make it a job, because once it becomes a job to kids, that's when they fall out of love with shit.
Yeah. And like, you know, like, because lately we've been talking about taking like a vacation and like what our next vacation would be and stuff. And I remember, like, I've told you so many times, like, I want to go swimming, like, in the caves, how they have them. But absolutely not. I won't do it. I always say that I want to do it. And every time I'm like, maybe we should do it. Maybe we should.
Dude, I won't do it. I see my niece post them all the time whenever she goes to Cancun.
Every single time our niece goes.
And I say the same thing. I'm like, dude, we should do it. We should do it.
I know.
It's like, hell yeah. And then we get to the beach. I'm not getting in there.
Hell no, not even the beach. I will not go.
I'm not getting in the beach. I'm not getting in that pool. I'm not doing this. I'm just like, then you don't want it. Then you don't want it. Then you just stop setting up these false dreams.
It's because I think about it, like, you don't know what's down there, or like, okay, like the cave. Obviously, like, I've never seen it. I've never seen the cave in person, right? So I don't know, like. I feel like that would be deep, and like everybody's like, you'll be fine. You wear a life jacket. No, I won't be fine.
There's other reasons why you should be worried in Cancun, and I don't think the cave is one of them.
Oh, okay. I don't know. Okay, remember? Okay, I actually never used to be that scared of like the water, but it got like really bad a couple like years ago. So my parents, they have a boat, and okay, there's like a couple like incidents like on the boat. They're so freaking funny. So one time we went tubing, remember?
Yeah. When your dad had his speedboat?
Yeah, okay, so I was fine. Like, I was like, oh, okay, like, you know, it's just a tube or whatever. And I, at the time, wasn't scared of the water. But I also don't swim, right? But I had a life jacket. So I was like, oh, I should be fine. And I like, did it. But then, you know, like, once you, like, fall out of the tube, you have to get, like, back on the boat. Well, like, you know, the boat has to circle back to you. All of a sudden, like, I had a panic attack, and I was like, oh my God, it felt like it took, like, the boat forever to get back to me, like, and then I started thinking about, like, oh my God, what the hell is in this water?
In real
like,
time,
what's under me?
I was there. In real time, it was, like, literally 3 seconds.
Yeah, I know,
like, they literally just did a whoop, whoop, and then came back
but
for her.
For me, I was like, oh my God, why is my dad taking forever to come back for me? Like, what the hell? And then there was, like, this one time where, like, my dad went next, and my dad goes in the tube, and he knows how to swim. I don't know what the heck happened, but, you know, once he fell out,
that I jumped to, and I fucking hurt my chest really bad.
Yeah, once he fell out of the tube, he started panicking, and it was so freaking funny, because I'm like, what the hell is wrong with him? Like, he knows how to swim. Like,
it's not
the water. It's like the water, the way the water hits you.
Yeah, it's like when I jumped into that water that time, it just hurt really bad. Like, it does. I'm like, why the fuck does this hurt? Like, it's more, I don't know why, but I feel like that water is just a lot more dense or whatever.
Well, I think that he said, like, because I think that he had a life jacket on, and he was saying that because of the life jacket, he, like, couldn't swim as much as he wanted to. I don't remember. Something like happened, that. Yeah, my sister had to jump in and go save him. It was freaking funny. But the one time that, like, really, really, really did it for me was the time, okay, so we were about to dock, and you know how you have to, like, tie the boat, like, the rope onto, like, what are those things like called on the dock?
No, it's like the little thing that, it's pretty much just like the dock. You dock the boat, you tie like a rope around, like, this pole, a wooden pole that's there, and then it kind of helps, like, keep it, like, from drifting away. So
we're, like, tying it up, right, because we're, like, done for the night. And my dad's friend, like, gets off of the boat, and he's on the dock walking.
So, this dock that he's walking on was very, like, old and shitty.
Yeah, it was not
like
the best.
it wasn't like it definitely wasn't up to code. They definitely didn't keep up with it. So there was like a couple. It was like wooden planks, and there was a couple planks that were just loose. That you could tell they didn't nail them back. They kind of just set them back down, and it was just like, oh well, as long as nobody steps on it this way,
right,
they'll be okay. Well,
my dad's friend stepped
that way.
Way.
He stepped on it that way, and then he fell. And as he fell, he grabbed my father-in-law and dragged my father-in-law into the water with him. So as I am like grabbing, like I see what's going on, and I see that they're both like kind of freaking out.
My dad is literally drowning.
So
at
like
this
I
point,
grab him.
So
he's like halfway down, and I went to go like grab him, and I'm holding on to my father-in-law, and like as he's doing that, like I am stuck between the deck. In the water, I'm already like waist deep.
Yeah.
I had some all white Hirachis on. I had my Hirachis. I had my phone in my pocket, everything. And I'm getting crushed by the boat. The boat's like crushing me into the fucking dock. And I'm just sitting there just like, I'm holding on like fucking Spider-Man in the fucking movie, just holding on to
yes,
like literally that's what it looked like. I look like Spider-Man.
Literally, it was crazy because like
Spider Pig.
Okay, it's really funny to talk about it now, but that day I was pissed. I was pissed because
my whole back was like red for like 4 days.
Because I was like freaking out. Like, what the hell? Like, David was literally in between the boat and the dock.
Well,
and
this
like,
is the thing. It's like I'm holding on to my father-in-law. My father-in-law is holding on to his friend. Who's
yeah,
like
who both of them are literally drowning.
Who's literally significantly a lot bigger than me and my father-in-law. So I'm sitting there holding on to like at least bare minimum 400 pounds of just grown men.
Yeah.
While holding on to this boat, trying not to get it to go away because like it's going on. And everybody on the boat is like freaking out.
Yes.
And I'm just sitting there just like, guys, just help me.
It's because at the
like,
same
help
time,
me get him up.
Yeah, it's because at the same time, like David is pushing the boat away so that it wasn't hitting him in the face because he's against the dock. But every single time that he was pushing the boat away, like the boat started rocking back and forth. And at the time, I think Arya was maybe like 2 or 3, right?
No, she was like 1. No, yeah.
She was like, she had to have been like,
excuse me, she was like
maybe 2.
She was like 2.
She had to have been like 2. And so, like, the boat was rocking back and forth, and it was already dark outside. And I just remember holding her and, like, being so scared. Like, at that point, I was like, dude, 3 people are in the water. Like, me and Arya could fall at any other, like, point. And I was just freaking out, like, oh my God, like, I don't know how to swim. Like, you were already holding on to people. Mm-hmm. And, like, Arya was a baby. Like, so, she could have drowned.
Do you guys want to know what the funny part about this whole story is?
What?
We went through all of that just to be able to stand up and walk out of the water. Like, I was just so mad after I realized that, like, oh shit, we could just stand up. And I remember like yelling at not yelling at him, but I was like screaming at him because there was just a lot of commotion going on. And I'm like, you can stand up, we can stand up, let's just stand up. And then we finally stand up and we're just all wet.
I was freaking dead. I think.
And then your dad's friend is like
they
drunk.
Were drunk. They were drunk. Yeah.
My father-in-law was like low key kind of freaking out because he was like he can't really see at night, so he kind of was just like, what the fuck, like what's going on? Like I don't know what's going on. And his friend is just like cracking up. He thinks it's just dying. He's like this big kid just swimming in a little pool, just like laughing that he's drowning. And then here I am, fucking holding on to dear life like Spider-Man and fucking.
Oh my God!
Whatever the second one is. Where he's like holding on to all this shit, and then dude, I'm just like, let's stand up. I ruined my shoes. I was so pissed that day. I ruined my phone.
Yeah.
Like everything. Like I remember just getting home and I was just like so upset. I was so upset. I was like, can't listen to my music. My shoes are all dirty. I had just gotten those shoes.
Dude, we could not laugh about this back then. Like, I was so pissed. David was pissed.
This was like 6 years ago.
My mom was pissed because my mom was just looking at my dad and like my dad's friend in the water. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you guys?
Like, just stand up. But this is the thing. It's like they're drunk.
Yeah.
They're drunk. They have no clue. They didn't know that they could, like, it's one of those things where, like, you're just
it happens so fast.
You're not processing what's happening. It's kind of like a kid. Like, when a kid, like, when they, like, slip or something, or like they fall into like a little kiddie pool and they don't know, like, dude, just get up real quick, get up, like, you'll be okay, just stand up.
Yeah. But ever since that time, that's the time where I was like, I don't want to go on the boat anymore. Like, y'all ruined this for me. Like, I don't want to go on the lake. Like, I don't want to do any of that. And my parents are always asking us, like, oh, like, do you guys want to go on? And I'm always like, no, I'm good, thanks. Like, it's because every time I'm on there, like, I just think, like, oh my God, I'm gonna fall off, you know? Mm-hmm. I mean, I would literally have to jump off or something. Yeah. But I always just feel like, oh my God, I'm going to fall. Like, absolutely not. I can't. I don't do beaches. I don't do any of those.
I still don't trust that boat. And he got like a new boat, and I still don't trust it.
Yeah, he's had like 3 boats since that one.
I hate it going on. I don't hate going on the boat, but like I get a lot of anxiety going on the boat. And then now like we have Axel who like jumps around and like wants to like stick his head out because he thinks it's funny. And I'm just like, dude.
Oh my God, and that's
like
the
level of anxiety that he fucking gives me because I'm just like, dude, at any moment, like, have you guys ever had like these intrusive thoughts?
Yes,
and
all of a sudden, every day, all day.
Like the moment he gets up, and all the next thing that I picture is just him flying out.
Yeah,
and then like the most intrusive, horrible, gruesome thought just goes through my head.
No,
and I'm
I think
like,
that if we were to let him go, he would jump off.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
For sure, and that's why I'm like, it sucks because he loves going on the boat, and I'm just like, oh my God, I'm not gonna take you anymore because I literally have to hold him all the way down. Like I have to hold his arms, his legs, so he don't jump out. He's crazy.
What else do we have on the topics?
Oh my God. Do you want to? Okay, so speaking about TikTok, okay, right? Because we found this guy who looks just like David. It's freaking crazy. Like he looks just like him.
This guy's profile was sent to me on TikTok, and they were like, "Dude, this guy looks like you." And I'm just like, everybody says that. Like, I'm like, whenever they see like a fat,
we always
fat
find some people.
Like, everybody's always like, oh, there's like this fat Mexican chubby kid who looks like it. I'm just like, oh, that's so funny. Every Mexican looks alike. So I go on and just out of curiosity, I'm like, and at first I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, even I was just like, oh, this is weird. Like, this guy does look like me.
He does.
Like, it's just weird.
It's just that he has longer hair on the top.
He has, like, longer hair, and he looks like he's taller and he's skinnier than me. So, like, it literally looks like you fall, like, but he still has, like, a chunky face. So, it looks like you literally just took my face and put it on someone else and just went, boop.
Okay, so David texted me and was like, because at the time I was putting Axel to sleep. And he texts me and he's like, do you want to see something scary? And I was like, how scary? Like, you know, because I'm in the dark. Like, I don't want to be scared. And he was like, no, not like that scary, but more like shook
what the fuck?
Scary.
Yeah, like, what the fuck?
And I was like, okay, what? Like, I had no idea. I had no idea he was going to send me this. He sends me the profile, and I was like, what the hell? Like, so when I saw it, I was like, what the heck? And he was like, does he look like me? And I was like, what the hell? Like, I actually thought, like, in the beginning, I was like, did he make, like, this fake profile? Or
so, like, so it's just fucking weird, because, so this kid's a podcaster, too.
Yeah.
He's Mexican, he's a podcaster, he does podcasts and shit like that, and he has, like, a little bit of a following where
he kind of looks our age-ish.
No, I'm pretty sure he's younger than us. Well, like, shout out to him, you know, he's doing his shit. And he has, like, this podcast, and he has, like, this TikTok where, like, he's, like, literally, like, on a podcast with like women, and Belinda like watches this, and she's like, I can see her face like literally just turning mad, thinking that like he looks too much like me. So now she's looking at me like I'm mad, like I'm the one who did that podcast. Like,
no,
like doing some wild shit. No,
you were like you were watching me look at the profile, and you were like, all right, now you gotta block him because you can, he's like, you were like, you can't be falling in love with this guy because he looks just like me. So now you have to block his profile. What the heck?
And I was like, what the fuck? Like this guy is it's just so weird.
It's crazy. And so I sent that picture, like the profile. I sent it to my friends, and one of my friends was like, "When did David get long hair?" Or like something like that. You change your hairstyle.
Yeah,
I was freaking dead. I was like, "That's not David."
And I sent it to a couple of my friends, and everybody was just like, "What the fuck? That's like crazy. That's so weird." And I'm just like, "Dude, it is so weird." So like,
he has to. Okay, there's.
So I commented on one of his videos, and I said, "You look like me for real," and he just liked it. And then I'm like, "Look, like I hope he doesn't get mad, thinking I'm like." Trolling him or like thinking I'm just like trying to be a dick, but
right. I want to know if he actually looked to see what you look like.
But it's fucking hilarious because I'm just like, dude, like we look alike.
No, I feel like he looks like because okay, all the other ones that people have said, like yeah, I mean, like, sure, they were funny, but like this one, he actually does look like you, and I was telling you, like I feel like he's gotta somehow be related to you.
We have the same facial hair.
Somehow, like a really, really far cousin or something.
If you guys
that you don't know about, because when you looked him up, I think he was from.
He was in Houston.
Yeah, and you don't have family there that you know of, right?
No, I don't have.
He's got to be related somehow. There's no way.
If you guys are wondering what he looks like, just DM us and we'll send you his page. I'm not gonna like put him out there because like. What if, like, you know, he gets upset or something?
We don't want to say his name.
But if you guys want to know what he looks like and I fuck with you, I'll send you the page and you guys can crack jokes with me.
Yeah. I mean, I told you to do an ancestry test. You've been wanting to do that forever.
I've been wanting to do that because I like really want to know, like, okay, so like, yeah, I'm Mexican, right? Everybody knows we're Mexican and shit like that, but like, what are we? Are we Native American? Are we this? Are we that? Like, what part of, like, how deep does our roots go? And it's like, sometimes I'm just like, man, like, but like, I'm Mexican. Like, I'm not Mexican like those, like, city Mexicans, like, from, like, Morelia and shit like that. Like, I'm from, like, a ranchito. So, like, there's no medical records. There is no, like, maybe there is. I don't know how they do it, but, like, there's no real records to, like, pull up from Ancestry.com.
I don't know. I mean, maybe. You don't know, so do it.
You don't know. Like, I know that, like, my mom is kind of from, like, a small city, so maybe, like, her stuff is, like, on record, but for sure, my dad, I have no clue.
Yeah. I don't know what. Okay, I've always wanted to do that, too, just to see, right? Just curiosity. But what would, okay, like, you're looking it up for, like, those reasons, right? But
hypothetically.
Right. But imagine if you were to find out, like, you had other siblings.
First of all, I'd be like, yo, going to the hospital, what the fuck is up, doggy?
I mean, it could be from your mom.
Could be, too. My mom probably had, well, this is the thing. My dad.
Your mom could have had, like, a love child and gave him up for adoption.
There's a lot of things.
There's a lot of different ways.
But in my opinion, I think I would have. Okay, so I grew up with 5 sisters and 3 brothers. So adding like a 10th one, I'm just
wouldn't be much for you.
It wouldn't be like people are so shocked like whenever they find out they have siblings and it's like this beautiful thing on like TikTok and Instagram. Like, I have a sibling. I'm just like, y'all ain't grow up with siblings, and I can tell because y'all, I'm sick. We get sick and tired of each other.
I swear, because your relationship with your siblings is completely different than me.
Well,
with
you
my
had
one.
You had one, so it's like you guys are like close, and it's like
and you're always like, oh, like that's so weird. Y'all talk every day.
Y'all love each other?
Like, we literally talk to each other every single day. We're nonstop texting each other. We text each other. We're messaging each other on Facebook Messenger, on Instagram, on Snapchat.
They have
all
like
at the same
4
time.
different conversations going on at the same fucking time, and I'm like, dude, you guys just fucking you guys can text about this.
Yes.
Like, there's no need to have 4 different fucking conversations about 4 different things in 4 different threads. Like,
you sound jealous, honestly.
I'm not. Like, why would I be jealous?
No, but it's crazy because when we used to live like under the same roof, like at my parents, we weren't even that close. We didn't get close until I moved out.
But I think that's how everybody gets, though.
Yeah, I think so too.
Because, like, I don't know. I think I was probably closer to my siblings when we lived together versus now, because now I'm just like kind of like living my life. Yeah, I'm living my life.
And then it's like the opposite for me. We're closer now because we're not
together.
This
is the thing. Is like you guys were, you guys were so used to like being together. Now that you're not, where we're like, dude, there was like 7. There was So I grew up directly with 3 other siblings. So it's like there's 3 other personalities we have to get along with. It's just tiring.
Yeah.
You had to deal with 1. I had to deal with 3. And that doesn't even count the other 5 that are like a lot older than us. I'm just like, dude, hey, I love y'all. I'll see you guys at the carne asada.
Oh my God.
But, I mean, shit, man. Like, sometimes it's hard, you know?
Yeah.
And then it's also like you're building different relationships with every single person. So it's like what I talk to this person about isn't what I talk to that person about. So it's weird.
Yeah.
And then, circling back, I just don't think it would be that big of a deal to me. To some people, maybe even
for me, it's a big deal.
Maybe even some people, like some of my siblings, they would be like hurt. They'd be like, "Oh no, oh this." I just be like, "Yo, what's up? Like, welcome to hell."
Oh, okay.
I just be like, "Yo, welcome, gang." Like,
see, for me, like, because it's literally just me and my sister, I don't think I would want to know, like, if I had other siblings out there.
I think it would piss me off if, like, say I had another sibling that was, like, closer to my age, and my parents treated them better than me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, hold on. No, like, treat him the way you treated me when I was 14, 16, 17 years old. Like, he has to go through that. She has to go through that, too. Like,
that's literally how I feel about my sister, too.
They got to go through everything we went through. So, like,
no, my sister definitely got different, like, treatment than me, for sure. And we're only, like, 3 years difference.
I think, but we all did, though. Like, me and my brother and my 2 other sisters, we got different treatment than my other 5.
Right, so why you talking shit?
Well, because it's like, because they were talking shit and they kind of like forced that on us. So it's like, what the fuck? But this is the thing. It's like, y'all was like Mexican poor. we're like American poor. Like it's like I know it sounds a little fucked up, but it's two completely different things.
Well, they said it. They're the ones that like said
it. Like we talk about it all the time. We're like, dude, you guys grew up like Mexican poor. Like y'all grew up like sharing one can of soda. Mm-hmm. We grew up like just like having to get free lunch and like not having fresh clothes and like fake sneakers and shit. Mm-hmm. But like, and you know, shit like that, like living in the hood. But it was just like, I don't know, it's weird. Like, like that sibling would definitely have to go through everything we went through. Like you have to get you got to go to Swamporama. You got to get the fake Air Forces. Swamporama. You got to go get the Bugs Bunny T-shirt from the Swamporama. You got to get all that. Like you got to get flea market everything. Like how we did growing up.
I'm dead.
You got to get the fake Jordans until you can afford real Jordans.
See, I don't know. I don't know if I would want to know if I had another sibling out there, unless it was a brother, because I've always wanted a brother. So has my sister. My sister, like me and my sister, have both always said like, if we were to have like another sibling, we would have like loved to have a brother. But if I was to find out like I had another sister out there, I wouldn't want to meet her, and I wouldn't want my sister to meet her.
Why?
Because I'm needy as hell. Like I need all of my
selfish.
Yes,
you're being selfish.
I don't care. I'm toxic. And what? No, I'm needy. I need all of my sister's attention. Like, come on. Like, you literally just said, like, I literally talk to her all day long on, like, 4 different apps. I need all of her attention on just me. And I wouldn't want her to love this other girl better. Like,
that's your sibling. What are you talking about? You guys
no. I mean, if you didn't grow up with them, is that really your sibling?
It's starting to sound a little West Virginian.
If you didn't grow up with that person, like... I mean... Are
they really your sibling? By blood? Yes. By blood, yes. Like, look, I have cousins that are my cousins by blood, but, like, I didn't grow up with you, so you're like my cousin, but you're not, like, my cousin.
Right, like, that's what I'm saying.
Like, my cousins in Mexico, like, God bless them, I guess, but, like, they're not, like, we didn't grow up together. So it's, like, y'all are cool, but, like, you're not like...
But you don't know them.
Yeah, like, you're not like my cousins who from, like, Chicago, or you're not like my cousins from, like, Mundelein who, like, we're gang, you know? Like, if I see them, it's, like, they're literally, like, I feel like, oh, shit, this is my cousin. I love him. You know, my uncle was, like, letting me hang out with them and shit like that, and shit like that. With those cousins is, like...
I mean, are your siblings that you have right now, are they even really your siblings though, or are those your aunties?
Oh, you're talking about my conspiracy theory?
Yeah.
So like I have this conspiracy theory that one of my older sisters is actually my mom.
Yeah.
Because of how like much like we all look alike. But this is the thing. So it's like, again, like if I were to find, like I'm different. Like I'm not like normal people. Like I think there's just something wrong with me. I think I have to go to therapy. Because like I'm like
that meme where
like,
it was
hey,
like,
I can't go to therapy because y'all might fix me, and then I'm gonna lose my funny. Y'all ain't gonna want to come listen to this podcast no more because I don't have my trauma.
No, my favorite one was like the one where it's like going to therapy isn't enough. I need to fight my father.
Nah, I don't need to fight my dad. That one was funny. I love my dad. I think my dad tried his best. But like as far as like that, like I don't know. Like I don't think I would be like, oh shit. Like I had to go to my mom, who like would be technically my grandma, and be like, you lied to me. My whole life has been a lie.
Yeah, because I asked you. So okay, weird. Because it's been a while since you've like been. At first, you only brought it up to me, right? Yeah. And then
I said it like low key because like okay,
yeah,
this is what started getting like it didn't happen until Axel was born. Mm-hmm. So when Axel was born, and Axel started kind of like growing up into his like face. Mm-hmm. I started realizing like, oh shit, like yo, he looks a lot like my nephew, right? And then like growing up, everybody said me and my niece were like sisters, like brother and sisters, you know, because we looked a lot alike. And my sister,
and you guys did, because remember, I thought she actually was your sister, but then I was confused because I was like, why did I never see her like growing up? You know, because we went to like elementary together.
And then, well, she was there. She was just
smaller.
You just didn't know her. Yeah, you just didn't know her. She was there though. She went to the same elementary school as us.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. It's just like it was just weird. And then all of a sudden, like I'm just like, why do I look a lot like my sister?
Yeah.
Like, you know, why do I have? Why do me and my brother-in-law have the same mole on the same side of our head? No. And I'm just sitting there, just like, what the fuck? Why do me and my nephew look like we're like literally brother and sister?
It's you and the older nephew.
Yeah, and I'm just sitting there,
her
just
older
like,
son,
and I'm just like,
you guys look alike.
Yeah, and I'm just like, what the fuck? And then at some point I'm just kind of like, well, you know what, like whatever, like even if it is true, even if it like I say it as a joke,
because we were just
like,
joking.
Because like when I bring it up to my mom, she kind of looks at me like, all right, nigga, like you're not that funny, like shut the fuck up, like you know I love you, like you're not that funny. Her feelings. Yeah, so I kind of like stopped bringing it up to her, like even as a joke. So I just kind of like just joke about it, and I'm just like, even if it was true, like I'd just be like, I don't like I'm like. You're only gonna get the one phone call a week, like my mom does. So it's like, because we're just gonna transfer her debt over to you. And we're gonna go ahead and wait for the bank to transact. You know, it's a Sunday, so we might have to not be able to process this part, you know, till Tuesday.
No, it's because like at first it was just, you know, you were just telling me like, oh, I feel like maybe she's my mom. Like, you know, we were just joking. Yeah. And then we said it out loud, and then like all your sisters started joking about it, and then we were like, why are they low key joking about it? Like what?
Everybody was laughing a little too hard.
Yes, they were laughing too hard. And then we were asking her, like we were asking David's sister, the one that he thinks is his mom. And we asked her, and all she did was laugh. And then we're like, what the hell? Like, why is she laughing?
What if she gave me up for, like, adoption or some shit?
But your mom probably felt too guilty and took you.
Knowing my mom, she would do some shit like that.
Yeah, she would.
Like, if I told her, like, yo, like, if me and Belinda were, like, we're not going to be together no more.
Or even if both of us were like, hey, we don't want our kids anymore.
Like, if we were, like, we don't want to be parents, like, my mom would literally be like, she would literally call me and be like, just drop the kids off to me and don't ever talk to them again.
I mean, like right now, like your mom is so funny because she'll, you know, we'll be talking to her on the phone, and because she lives in a different state than us, and she'll be like, oh, what are you guys doing this weekend? And we'll just tell her like, oh, like nothing, we're just at home relaxing or something, and she'll be like, oh, you guys should drop off the kids for the weekend or something. Like what the fuck? She is so funny.
And like every time she talks to the kids on the phone, she's like trying to bribe them to like come over.
Yes.
Like, dude, it's not like you live down the street.
Yeah.
Like, if you legit lived right down the street, they would be there right now. Like, no worries. Like, we'd be recording 75 episodes a month. You know what I'm saying? Like, you'd have your time.
Yeah.
But no.
I know. Yeah, she's so funny though. But I mean, your sister has never denied it.
She's never denied it, but I think it's just like a joke.
It's just a joke, but like it's just so funny because
now I'm gonna go cry.
I know. She's gonna listen to this episode and then she's gonna text you the next day and be like, all right.
She's gonna be like, shut the fuck up. Or like,
no, because we were even looking at the timeline too. Remember?
So what really did it for me was I went to go get my passport, and then the birth certificate, like, it just looked funky. Like, I looked at my birth certificate, I'm like, why does this shit look fake?
Because they did not spell check back then.
I'm like, am I an immigrant?
It's because his mom's name was like spelled wrong and everything. Yeah. And I was like, what the hell? Well, this is the thing.
Like in 1995, like doctors weren't as like, I'm sure like there wasn't like that many Spanish speaking nurses. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm sure that they just kind of did their best. And my mom, not really knowing how to speak English, was just like, sure, whatever, fuck it, let me get the fuck out of here.
For sure.
Looking back, I wonder if my mom still has a medical bill from that day.
You know what?
I doubt that she paid for that.
You know, I'm not gonna comment on that. You know what? Like when I was filling out mine and like my birth certificate, you know, like obviously in 1995 is the year we were born, and then it said issued 2000, and I was like, Erica, you done lost my birth certificate, and then you had to get a new one issued because I probably I started kindergarten in 2000.
You look at Aria's, and she was born obviously in February, and then hers says like it's issued March or April.
Yeah, like right after. But
that's because like, you know, they process it at the state, and then you get a copy in the mail, and
I sent her a picture though. I sent my mom a picture, and I was like, girl, you lost my birth certificate.
Like Belinda's like, it took 5 years for them. I'm like, nah.
Oh yeah, at first.
I looked at Belinda. I was like, nah, dude, she lost it, and she went to go get a copy. That's a copy.
At first, I was like, what the hell? Why was this issued 5 years later?
She's like, it doesn't have a seal on it. I'm like, dog, it's a copy.
I forgot about that.
Copy. It's not. You don't have an OG print. Like,
dude, I was tripping.
That's worth nothing.
I was tripping off of the seal. I was like, why is there no seal on this?
I would trip too.
You know what?
I think about stupid shit like that.
So do I.
You ever just sit down and just like, I remember like, do you ever just like sit down randomly and just be like, where the fuck is my birth certificate?
Yeah.
Like, did I lose it?
Actually.
Because I think about
no, that every time I leave the house, I'm like, did I turn off the straightener?
Oh my God.
Every single time. I'm like, damn. Like, and I'll be like already out of the neighborhood and I turn back every single time. Because I'm just too scared of my house burning down.
Well, but we'll talk about that a different day because this neighborhood just doesn't have good luck with shit like that. So we'll just talk about that a different day. So what else?
Oh, is it my favorite time? Is it Shawty Bae time?
Yes, it is.
It's Shawty Bae time.
Shawty Bae update.
Period.
Oh my God, those.
All right, so she's been getting more and more hatred, huh?
Yeah, and
so she's actually in LA now. Okay, yeah, so supposedly supposedly she moved there, right? Mm-hmm. But she's just staying at people's houses, like she's just couch surfing. Yeah,
nothing wrong with that.
No, nothing is wrong with that
until.
But if you're spending the money, the way you're spending, like, girl.
Let me break it down for people, okay? So our friend Shawty Bae is pretty much couch surfing, right? Couch surfing pretty much just means she's going from friends to friends, right? But she's out here spending a lot of fucking money. Hella money. Like, there was this thing where, like, she was like, you know, I'm sure if everybody knows who Shawty Bae is, everybody's familiar about the time that she got into it with her sister. And everybody was talking shit like, oh, you don't give money over here, you don't give money over there, you know, this and that. And Shawty Bae, and to her defense, she came out and was like, well, I paid $7,000 for an Airbnb for them to come see me for like a month or some. And then, like, I was like, hold on. Time out.
No, I don't think it was a month. I think it's only like 1 week.
Yeah, whatever it was, 1 month or a week, it's still ridiculous. So I was like, time out. You paid $7,000
for an Airbnb.
For an Airbnb. And you're sitting here looking at me, not looking at me because she doesn't know me, but you're looking at us, telling us that you're couch surfing and you don't have anywhere to fucking live. Mm-hmm. With $7,000, that's your first and your last in LA. Mm-hmm. Like, LA is really expensive, but when you're an influencer and you're making, I don't know, 10K plus a month, very affordable. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, who knows how much she makes? I mean, according to her, she makes hella money.
According to her,
she doesn't care about spending it because she's gonna make it right back.
According to her, she is richness, and she will pretty much make what I make in 8 hours and 2 hours, and she doesn't care, or what I make in like 2 weeks in like 4 hours.
No, the funniest one was like the video of her at Forever 21, and she had like hella shopping bags, and she's like, "Look at me, I'm richness." Like, I was like, "Girl, let me come with you."
Like okay, like, I have like mixed feelings about all of this situations. Like, I'm just like, I feel so happy that like she's getting an opportunity because she's like, you know, Latin.
She's doing her thing.
Yeah, she's like Spanish, Latin, El Salvadorian, or whatever she is, and she's like getting the money. Like, she's getting to it. She's getting a bag. She's not really like a bad influence. She's more like kind of like Peppa the Pig. Like, people are just kind of like, she's rude.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't coming at her. But I'm saying, like, you know how people say, like, don't let your kids watch, like, Bluey or Peppa the Pig because they're, like, rude? Mm-hmm. She's kind of like that. Like, I wouldn't want my kid watching her because, like, I don't want her to pick up on her, like, mannerisms. But, like, to sit there and be like, oh, she's, like, brings nothing good to, like, society is, like, it's a stretch.
I don't know. Okay, I watched a couple of the videos and the clips of, like, where people are saying, like, she's rude and stuff. It's usually her not saying thank you when people, like, hand her things or, like, give her food or something like that. The one at her at Larry's house when the one girl was like, oh, can I have some? I don't remember what was on her plate, but she was like, oh, can I have some? And like, supposedly she like looked at her really rude, and she like, you know, she told the girl like, yeah, but she made like a really rude face. And then the girl like took some of the food and stuff. I don't know. I watched it and like, I personally don't feel like she meant to make that face. I feel like that's just her face. Like, she does. She just always looks like that. She has
like a resting bitch face at all times. Like, you can tell like that she just doesn't mean to be like that.
Yeah.
You know, and everybody's just like, oh, you know, she has a disability. She's this, she's that. And I'm just like, cool. Mm-hmm. We make all these excuses, you know.
Yeah. But her sister was like talking shit. Like, okay, first of all, I didn't even know she had a sister. Like, this sister came out of nowhere.
Your sister sounds like a fucking hater.
Yeah, she came out of nowhere, and she was just saying, like, okay, I guess that the mom got mad at Shawty Bae because Shawty bought Wilito an iPhone, and that the mom was like that, why didn't she buy her brothers an iPhone? But, okay, So when Shawty was like explaining it, she said that well, like first that she would buy her brothers, because her brothers have gone like in the background like during her lives and stuff, and was like, oh, can you buy me this or can you buy me that? And she always says yes every single time. And so she said it's not even a problem. Like, yeah, she'll buy her brothers like an iPhone. She just didn't see why her mom got upset or whatever.
Yeah,
because she said that her mom could have just asked her and she would have done it. But I guess like supposedly the mom blew it up, and she had said deal. Yeah, she had to surprise Wilito with this iPhone because he's been like helping her like become like an influencer and like introducing her to people and, you know, like just helping her get by and stuff. Which, I mean, I feel like, you know, that makes sense. Like, she wanted to give him something nice. I mean, like, an iPhone is a little extravagant, I guess. Like, no, like why would you buy someone a phone? But okay,
I get it. It's her money. She's allowed to do whatever she wants with it, and she doesn't know anybody an explanation. She's what, 20 years old. 100% agree.
Yeah,
that's why I'm not too mad about it. But I am too also like just not like, all right, like does she not have friends who can explain to her like, hey, you know, you didn't have to like put them up in an Airbnb. You could have used those $7,000, got yourself rented a house or rented an apartment. You could have put them up there.
But she was like saying like, you know, she felt like she needed to go all out for her mom and her brothers, and I think her like she was flying out her aunt too, and I don't know who else was gonna be there, but supposedly like this Airbnb was like really, really big, and she felt like she needed to go all out for them. Like it had like an arcade, like a movie theater, everything.
I ain't mad. So Shawty Bae, if you listening to this, fly us out.
Right, fly me out, girl.
Yeah, we'll go. We'll defend you. Hey, listen, if you want to like fly us out and be our friend, I'll defend you every single time.
Right,
Lalo Gone Brazy goes at you.
Yeah, I messaged her and I was like, "Come on the pod," but she didn't reply.
Of course not. She's not gonna reply to us. Nobody likes us.
Yeah, but I mean, like, cause you feel like she didn't have to buy him, like, cause okay, it wasn't just that she bought it for him; they buy each other gifts back and forth.
Yeah,
and you feel like that's weird, right? Or like you felt like she didn't, just because he's helping her become an influencer.
Okay, so like I guess the whole thing was like, okay, she was an influencer. He's introducing her to all these people, and that's why she bought him this like fucking iPhone to kind of like show an appreciation. Which I agree. If you know, if somebody's putting you on, if like me and Belinda didn't know each other, and Belinda was like, "Yo, like I think you're a really dope podcaster. Here's like." You should do a podcast with my friend, and then me and that person hit it off really well, and it was like a really successful podcast. I'd be like, all right, Belinda, like because you set this whole play up, like you get either you cut into what the profit is, or you get like I buy you something really cool, you know, or something like to show my appreciation for you. That I completely 100% agree with it. You don't have to do it. But should you do it? Yeah, I think that, that'd be really cool. Someone to do that. But she's not obligated to.
No, she's not obligated to, but
I also don't think they needed to make it a spectacle and put it out there for the whole world to see, because that would have upset her.
Maybe.
That's probably what upset her mom. It's like...
that it went, like, on a live.
Like, there's certain things that, like, even to this day, I feel a little weird about, like, showing some stuff off. Like, even though it doesn't seem like it. Like, it doesn't seem like it at all, because, like, I just post it. But, like, you know, I try not to, like... I really try my hardest to just be as humble as possible, because
I always want to post things, but then I'm like, no, like, someone's gonna give me a whole never mind.
Yeah, like we do a lot of cool shit, and like we do a lot for each other, and of course, like, you know, I want to post it and be like, you know, thank you so much for everything that you do, and yada yada. But I also don't want people to be like, yo, like all they're doing is just showing off money, and all they give a fuck about is like designer shoes and designer bags and all this and that, because like that's not what life is about. But like to me, it's like, dude, we didn't have shit for a long time. For a long time, we didn't have shit.
So being able to like buy each other gifts like that now
means a lot to me. It means a lot to me and her, because like, dude, like Belinda's favorite story is like when we went to the movie theaters and I couldn't afford a ticket.
Yes.
And like,
I mean, we were 16.
Yeah, we were 16, but like I'm saying, like,
but like, why'd you invite me to the movies if you could have paid for my ticket?
Because like we weren't really there to watch a movie. Like we were there to like sneak into the movie, and then like, I'm not gonna say it. There's too many people listening.
My mom is on this podcast.
Right? Like, let me chill. I'm from no longer invited over. But like that's what I'm saying. Like as much as like I want to like do shit like that, like for Father's Day this year, I went a little all out. I showed my ass a little bit, because I was like, nah, like, You know, like I am a good father. At least I believe that I'm a really good father, and you know, I think I am worthy of being appreciated in such a way that I want people to see that like I'm loved, and that because sometimes I feel like, you know, people see what we do on social media and they see certain shit, and you know, they get a perception of who they think that we and you are, and I want people to understand like, nah, there's a lot of love in this home, like believe it or not, like I don't care what people think, like we love each other, and there's a lot of love here for me, you, the kids. Like we love the fuck out of each other, and sometimes it's just, we show it by gifts of appreciation, by taking trips that we were, dude, in my wildest dreams I never thought we could ever fucking do.
Yeah, I agree.
So when it comes back to like, you know, circling back to like Shawty Bae, like maybe it just wasn't the right time for you to post that, and you know, and it sucks because like as much as you want to show off the fruits of your labor,
I guess she could have like told her mom like ahead of time, like, well, I guess she doesn't need to tell her mom, right? Because she's older.
Like you don't need to explain to these people, like if they're your family, if they're your parents, like, oh, I need to like, yo, just heads up, I'm about to post this Gucci bag.
Yeah, I guess
I don't want you to get your feelings hurt.
Yeah,
like, you know what I'm saying?
So okay, like let's say, okay, right? Because a lot of people in the comments were saying like or like asking, do you feel like you have to help your family if you come up on money? Do you have to take care of your family?
All right, so I'm gonna speak for myself. Yes and no. So I do think that there is, like, I would want to take care of my parents. I'd want to take care of those people who supported me. You know, not everybody's gonna, you know, like there was
just because they're your family.
Yeah, just because they're your family doesn't mean they're entitled to anything, any of your money, any of your success, and they shouldn't feel that way. But there is family members who feel that way. I don't think there's any family members in my family that feel that way, but I do think that like I do think that my purpose with this is just to like give back, because I know what it feels like not to have shit, and I don't want people to feel the way I felt. So like, I think my overall goal, and at least what I think is like my purpose in life, is to give back to those who don't have nothing.
Because one of the things like that me and you have always talked about, like, so no, we don't feel like we have to take care of our family, but there's certain family members that we want to take care of.
Long story short, yeah, there's going to be family members that are going to reap the benefits of everything that we're laying the foundations of right now, whether it be in 2 months, whether it be in 2 years, whether it be in 10 years. Like, there is going to be people who are going to see the fruits of this labor that we're putting down right now, because I don't forget, you know, those times that like I really needed something and my dad picked up the phone and was just like, yeah, come get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, or your grandpa who like really helped us out, or, you know, people who really went out of their way to help us and do things for us in order for us to be in the position that we're in now. Whether it be like a recommendation for a job, whether it just be like, dude, like, you know, just certain things, you know, like just little shit like that. Like, that to me means more than the world to me, because like I've always been big on like, I don't want you to give me something, I want you just to give me an opportunity. I feel like I can do enough with an opportunity that allows me to then, you know, create what I want out of it.
Yeah, so we've always said like, let's say we were to move somewhere else, right? We would we want to take David's parents wherever we go.
They're not gonna come.
They're not gonna come.
They're not gonna
as
come.
many times
and
as
I'm
we
okay
tell
with
them,
that.
and we always tell them like,
no, my mom will come, but
I don't think so.
I don't
think she would come permanently. I think she would come visit if we like fly her out each time. She'll come to visit like every often, right? If we fly her out, but she wouldn't permanently move with us. Like,
no.
So David's family, they live like in the country and they love it. Like, they absolutely love it. And they actually tried to persuade us to go move with them.
It almost worked.
Honestly, it was really, really close. So we actually went to go visit them in March, and I mean, we got pretty. I would say this, because each time, right, they try to convince us. Yeah. And in this specific time, like, I mean, we got like even closer. I know.
That's why I'm afraid to go back, because I know
his mom actually just called us like the other day, and she was like, "So when are you guys gonna come again?" And we're like, "I don't know, girl. We might move the whole house next time.
We might just put this shit on like wheels."
Yeah. Because I mean, we started to look at houses right by where they live.
Like right
and
outside of their neighborhood, like 30 minutes away. Still don't want to be
maybe
that
even
close.
a little closer. It was like 20 minutes or something. But yeah, we started to look at houses and we really liked them. And honestly, like living in the country is so much more
peaceful.
I mean, peaceful, but it was honestly also more affordable too. Mm-hmm. And the kids literally love living over there, or not living, but they love being over there. Like, they're always so happy, especially Axel. Like, Axel is in his element over there. Mm-hmm. He just loves it. And he loves being like with his grandparents too.
Yeah. And like, to me, it's just like, yeah, I want to be able to move my parents wherever we go, but I have to understand that, like, that's not,
they're happy, like,
yeah, they're happy where they're at, and I have to just be okay with that. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I don't know, maybe I will, because like whenever the money gets right, we'll probably just buy, like, I don't know, a second home out there or something, and just
that would honestly probably
have
be
a home
ideal.
in the market that we decide to like plant where we want to live, because it's for sure not going to be Illinois. Not with these fucking, not here.
I know,
it's way too expensive just to fucking.
And like, I work remote, so technically, like, if I wanted to move, I could.
Yeah, but I don't. That's the part that sucks.
Yeah, you would have to find a job, but.
Which I'm not opposed to.
I mean, I don't think I could live in the country. Like, I mean, yeah, it's like really peaceful and it's so nice. And like, I would love to live near David's parents again. I just feel like it sucks living states away from them. But at the same time, like, I wouldn't want to move without my sister. And after that time,
Jazzy holding us back.
After that time that we came back in March, that was the first thing I did. I literally like text her right away, and I was like, "Hey, we're on the way home, but like, there's something I want to talk to you about." And I had told her like everything. Like, we were looking at houses, and like I asked her, I was like, "Would you move with us? Like, if we were to move, would she come with us?" And she was kind of down. Like, I mean, I asked her kind of like obviously off guard and stuff, but she was kind of down. But then she said like, you know, we would have to persuade my brother-in-law, and he's super, super close to his family. So he was like, no, that he wouldn't be able to leave his family. And like, I get that, right? Because I can't leave my sister. And
I don't get y'all at all. But more power to you guys.
I know.
I'm happy for y'all.
You're jealous.
I'm not. I'm really not.
And I was like, God damn it! Like, so next time at the next barbecue, the next cookout, I have to convince Kathy
the next function
that she's got to move with us too, so that my brother-in-law can move with us. Kathy is his mom, and I was like, God damn it! Like, Kathy, where you at?
Yeah, like, I'm not like tied to Illinois. Like, I'm not like, we have to live in Chicago and we have to be here. And fuck no, I hate the cold. I hate the fucking cold. I want to be somewhere where it's like hot all year round.
I don't know. Like, I don't like summer, so.
Yeah, you're such a liar, dude.
No, I don't like summer. What are you talking
about? Then what? You don't like winter? You don't like summer? What do you like?
I like fall.
Yeah, but like,
fall
that's everywhere.
My favorite.
But that's everywhere.
Yeah,
fall is actually one of the only seasons that's everywhere. You're going to get your 60, 70, 50 degree weather.
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, hopefully, because, okay, where they're at is, like, down south, so it's obviously way hotter than it is here.
But it gets cold still.
We're going to go during, like, a month that is supposed to be really, really hot, right? And we're going to go and see if, like, I would be able to, like, live there with the heat. I freaking hate the heat. I don't know.
I don't
know. We'll see. But, okay. Nothing aggravates me more than people doing fireworks on any day that is not 4th of July.
Like, that's such an improvised fucking topic right now.
No, I am so annoyed because
she added this like 2 minutes ago.
Yeah, because, okay, right before like starting this episode, I'm obviously like putting my kids to sleep. And I'm trying to put my son to sleep, and like these people in my neighborhood are doing fireworks. Like, sir, it is still June. Why are you throwing fireworks? First of all, I hate fireworks.
Well, 4th of July is next week.
Okay,
they're getting ready.
They're just getting ready. Okay,
I don't mind
it's next week. Why are you doing it today? Like, what the heck? There's still like a whole week left.
I don't know. This is Belinda every year around the
every year. I get so aggravated. I hate 4th of July.
Care. I hate
4th of July.
I love the summer. I love when it's hot outside. I love being outside. I love grilling.
I don't.
I like getting a fresh, low, bald fade and just fucking being outside, letting the sun just beam on it.
What the heck?
Just love it, dude. I love the summer. I love fucking pools.
I almost had a 4th of July baby. So Axel actually was almost a 4th of July baby.
He was born 2 days later.
But I hate 4th of July. So, like,
that would have been the
on
most
4th of July,
ironic shit ever.
I remember telling David, like, oh my God, like, I feel contractions and stuff. I laid down the entire day because I was like, absolutely not. I am not having a 4th of July baby. Heck no. And then the next day is when I, like, started getting up and, like, walking and doing everything I had to do. And then I gave birth, like, the next day. But I was like, absolutely not. I'm not going to have a 4th of July baby. And 4th of July is actually my dad's favorite freaking holiday. And he was so excited because he was like, oh my God, like, you know, it's a possibility you could have a 4th of July baby. And I was like, heck no, I'm not. Heck no.
I don't mind the 4th of July at all. The fireworks do get a little annoying because I have kids. And I'm just like, all right, bro, it's like 3 a.m. Like, you can chill. Like, it's not that, like, up until like midnight, cool. Because I would even let the kids stay up a little bit till like 11:30 watching them get popped. Mm-hmm. But after like 1 a.m, you're just being a dick. In my opinion, you're just being a dickhead.
What the heck? People work the next day.
Dude, watch our neighbors watch this and it's just like, oh, we got something for y'all on Tuesday.
No, I freaking
y'all gonna
hate
fuck around
4th of
and
July.
find out.
I hate 4th of July. I don't like it, the fireworks. Like, not even on. I don't even want to see fireworks on 4th of July.
You hear that, America? Belinda doesn't like to celebrate you.
I just hate that. Like, they're so loud. They're so obnoxious. Oh my God. All right. Well, that's enough for today's episode.
Yes. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Also follow us at the We On One podcast. And we will see you guys next time. Peace.